Hey, y'all.
What's up? Oh, look, we got T, Christy,
We just
and
got
Kristen.
Smurfs all day. Smurfs for days, baby.
You just finished? Wow, that's dedication.
I finished yesterday, so I'm better. You're going to do it.
I don't remember when I finished. It was a few days ago.
So while we just kind of wait a couple minutes to have everybody trickle in, we just recorded the Brandon Sanderson book.
I told them that
timeline.
in Discord.
Oh, sorry. That's all. Basically, everybody that's here. Anyway, and did you tell them the book haul?
Mm-mm.
We did a book haul too. So
Kristen says, "Hey, you shaved the sides of your head."
Thank you, Kristen. You're the only one that ever notices. She doesn't. She does it, and she doesn't even notice for me. She helps me shave my head, and she doesn't even notice.
So T finished it yesterday too. Oh, and Kristen.
Sweet guys, we're in sync, Kato.
T said, "Book haul." Yeah, it's not a huge book haul. It's decent. It's not anything crazy.
All right, so if you guys don't remember what we're doing today, we're doing the book haul for Well of Ascension.
She said she almost high-fived her screen.
And thoughts?
Well, Kristen gave it a 5.
Ratings, 5. Okay, we got 5. You pretty much gave it a 5.
Yeah, it's a 5.
Better than Final Empire?
I don't think it's better.
But the same goodness.
Yeah, T says 4.75. What knocked off the 0.25? I think you thought it was a little boring toward like the political stuff.
It was great.
Christy is 4.5. I want to know why you guys knocked off points.
I would say 5. Definitely minimum of a 5.
It is the second book.
And I would say...
Hello, Zach.
It is the second book?
Yeah, they said this is the second book, right? I read it a while ago.
Oh, yeah, this is the second book, yes. So don't spoil the third one if you read the third one, because we're reading that one next.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I give it a 5. I can understand, and I even said this to you, like, I can understand why some people may have thought that the middle was kind of, not the middle, even, like, the beginning through, like, the first 500 pages has a lot of political stuff. It has a lot, and it's not for everybody. And I
would say it has the same political stuff as the first one, but just in a different point of view. Because now you're looking at it through
Ellen's
eyes more than through like
Vin
and
so T says a lot of point of views to follow too, and a bit of the political stuff. Chrissy says, I missed the fun, smart-ass parts that Kelsier brought to the first one. Kelsier was an awesome character. Hello, Jeremiah. T says, and sometimes I don't feel the feels I should from
his name is literally Jeremiah Valeska. Okay. That's who I thought the picture of it was, but sorry, I'm getting off topic.
She doesn't feel like she feels the feels towards Ellen and Vin. I can understand that, but they have a very strange relationship. I remember reading it the first time through and thinking, like, why would Vin let, like, Ellen's brother kiss her? Like, what was that?
That didn't happen.
It did. He kissed her.
No.
He did when they were, like, fighting, in her room right before she kills him. He kisses her. And I'm like, why would she let him do that? Like, I knew that she was having some mixed feelings. Like, should she be with Ellen?
So before they fought?
It was in the middle of the fight.
Well, she didn't really let him, right?
She did. I mean... So Kristen says, I think the political stuff is boring, but it adds to the story as a whole, and I appreciate that. I also love how he tackles stories. They're so vast and so detailed and circle back so well. That's what I love, too. Like, he is very good at, like, callback.
It's the payoff.
The payoff, yeah. This is Well of Ascension, Mistborn Book 2. Zane kissed her, and she pushed him away, right? I don't remember her pushing him away right away. I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I know he kissed her. The political stuff was boring, and... self-doubt drove me nuts. And yes, what did she see in Zane? That was Christy. I agree. I guess Zane is like one of those, bad boy characters, and like you have to throw that into the mix to make the teenage girl like confused, and you know, maybe she wants this life, and I get why it was there. I don't think it was necessary really to at least like have him kiss her and stuff, but and you just don't remember this at all.
I
Clearly
remember
by
the
your
fight.
face.
I remember the fight. I was also reading the comments.
Lucky, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Can't believe that you're streaming so early. Can you stream in this time for wands as well? Unfortunately, we cannot because we're at work still.
Yeah. So the wand and the regular talk is on Fridays.
This is just for a book
This
talk.
is only for book stuff. Normally at this time we are recording. We recorded some stuff before this, and we're doing some more after this. Weekends are very precious to us, and we kind of have to try to record as much as we can because during the week we're so busy. So sadly we can't. And sorry that I called you a girl during the other video. I didn't. The name was.
It looks, yeah, it's hard to tell because
I don't know why. Something in the way that you wrote your thing made me think that you were a girl. I'm sorry.
Serbian.
Crazy
well,
Serbian.
Well, that's
what they're.
I know.
Yeah.
Kristen says, I thought Zane was going to last longer as a character, but I enjoyed what his purpose was. I agree. For some reason, before I reread this, I remember Zane going on the journey to find the Well of Ascension with her, but he didn't. He asks her to go and leave with him, but she doesn't actually go. And I, for some reason, got that mixed up in my head after the fact. So when I was reading through it this time, I was like, oh, and I don't remember him dying for some reason. Do you?
No, I mean, I don't have that. I mean, we read it like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, so.
And so I've only read about 100 pages of the third book. So the third one is going to be all new stuff for me.
Yeah, it's
which is exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. T says, do you think she made the right choice or not? She released something, but even if that sounds creepy, maybe it's not a bad thing. Well. You know, the well. So anyway, like, she, you're not supposed to release it. And that was, like, the whole twist at the end.
Wait, what was the question? Read that again.
Do you think she made the right choice releasing it?
No.
She released something, but even if it sounds creepy, maybe it's not a bad thing. So it is a bad thing. Like, they basically, from what I understand.
If it was a good thing, then we wouldn't need the third book.
But that was the huge twist at the end. So, like, she releases it, and then Sazed comes across this shadow, right? And the shadow is basically, like, he starts putting the pieces together and finding out that something's been manipulating his written work, which is why it brings back the very first thing from the very beginning of the book about nothing being safe unless it's written in steel or whatever. He wrote it in metal. Because
and basically everything else that he has read since that point,
wrong.
is wrong and was misled in some way.
It has been manipulated. It's been ripped apart. The words have been changed to make it seem that the Well of Ascension's power needs to be released. And that's what the Hero of Ages was supposed to do. And Rashik from the last book didn't do that, and he took it for himself, which was the bad thing. So now...
Wait, what was the bad thing?
That he took it for himself.
No, that was good.
But
because
they made... What I'm saying is they made... This is the picture they painted. But in reality, what Vin did... So the reason why the mist creature tries to kill Ellen is so that she will take the power for herself and try to save him, but it backfires and she goes on Ellen's wishes.
Also, whatever that thing, this is my opinion.
I think it's good.
But whatever was released, you know, that said I'm free, I feel like that's what was controlling the
shadow thing to
No, not at all. It wasn't controlling the shadow thing. The shadow thing is the opposite of it. It's going against the creature that was released.
No, something's changing the words and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's again. Can I say what I'm trying to say instead of you trying to guess what I'm trying to say? So there's two sides. There's the good, like the mist, the shadow in the mist. That's good, right? That's a good thing. And then there's there was the creature that was released that has been manipulating things in the background, but I feel like you haven't been able to see it. But the ghosts or whatever are in the mist that are helping them, and that's what stabbed or whatever cut what's his face Ellen, so that she had to save him, use the power to save him.
Yeah,
and
but the mists are also killing people.
Maybe it's for a reason. Maybe
I don't know.
They're bad. But then there was also what's his face Marsh, was being controlled by the bad thing. That's how I saw it. I thought that he was being controlled by the thing that was released, and that's why he was like, I don't. They were like, Sazed was like, why are you doing this? And he's like, I don't know. My eyes.
I know, he was just like, I don't want to do this.
No, he said, I don't know why I'm doing this.
All right, we need to go back.
And he doesn't want to do that. That makes sense, right? That means that he doesn't want to do it. What do you mean we have to go back?
A little bit, because I feel like we keep going and they're saying things as we're talking.
Yeah, but we're good. This is all back in the day.
I know, but I feel like we need to read some of the old
That's
stuff.
That's fine, but it's all there. We don't actually have to go back.
I know.
Just read it.
I meant we need to go back to this thing.
Oh my God, just read it.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Are you going to read it?
Okay. Never mind, it was hilarious. I think the info she had, she made the right choice. She did go by her relationship with Ellen and what he would have wanted, but overall it was the wrong choice. That's basically what we said. Christy says, I think it was released so there's a third book. Honestly, for me, it could have ended with this book if she took the power for herself, or if it was released.
But it would have been too simple. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, this opened, like, the end of this opened up a whole new thing, because you, like, thought, oh my God, everything we've thought throughout this entire book is wrong.
And it made all of the research and all of that, like, useful.
Void.
Because now, no, but not just void, though, but there was, like, a reason that, like, the pages were torn out and all. Yeah. It just made, like, the fact that they've never been able to find their religion before. The terroristmen have never been able to find their religion. That it made that, like, there's a reason for that. You know, it wasn't just the fact that the emperor guy took it all away. It made it all purposeful.
Kristen says the thing released was what was God in Zane's head, and also I'm assuming controlled Marsh in the Sazed fight.
Yes.
Maybe.
No, definitely.
And
I agree.
That
because
part,
it was talking to him, and he was like the thing in his head was like laughing at him about it.
Oh my God, like that was such like a, I do not remember that.
Oh, my favorite twist was the Kandra twist.
Oh,
that was my favorite twist. I was like, oh, wow. Didn't see that coming.
I know. Oh my God. Like, but the part where, like, as Zane dies, it says like, oh, and by the way, you've never been insane. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
You're right here, Meek.
Yeah, so T says, yeah, but since we can't know, maybe it manipulates us to think it was manipulated. I mean, that's a whole other level.
She had a little cheeky laugh there at the end.
Christy says, I agree. Kristen says, I'm wondering who the missed person is and what stake they have in it. What's their reason for trying to stop the well?
I think it's like...
I don't know.
I think it's so Mistborn.
Christy says she thinks it's Alendi. Kristen says no, because Alendi had that happen to him. Okay. I think who's Alendi? The one that found... The
one that was supposed to not take it.
Kristen says, I think the Mists are killing because the Well of Ascension is gathering power and able to do some things without being released. And T says that was a good twist. Now Elend is Mistborn. I don't even know how to feel about that. That was cool. So he didn't remember Elend eating that thing at the end of the book, but that stuck out to me the second time around because I remember it from the first time, sort of. I think there is a metal that can turn you Mistborn, if I remember straight.
Huh.
And that's what he ate. And, like, he found this thing that didn't, what's her face, Vin, make him eat it?
Yes.
Or something like that. He ate it, and then he becomes Mistborn. It wasn't the well, from what I remember, it wasn't the well that turned him Mistborn, it was that metal. The Orosaur being dead was wild, especially since Finn was creating a relationship with him. But, like, that's what was so awesome. Hello, Chelsea. Was, that, like, even though it wasn't Orosaur, like, Vin still did have a relationship with this, Kandra, and she kind of became friends with him, and he still broke his own rules to help her in the end. Yeah, Vin gave it to him because the missed person showed her to. Oh, did she? I don't remember.
Yeah, she was about to take it because she thought that she was supposed to grab it and use it.
Yeah.
And then the thing was like, no, don't do that. Give it to him.
Okay. This was after the well?
I think so.
Erupted?
Yeah, because she couldn't use the power anymore from the well.
Oh, yeah.
Because she didn't take it.
Christy says, I'm sorry, Christy, do you want me to not use your real name because you have turning the page on here? I love that Ellen is a Mistborn now because he and Vin can now connect on that level. And that was, like, a big thing, too. Like, she and he both had this thing where they felt like they weren't on completely even ground.
And if you pay attention, she slowly became more like him, doing all the research and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they teased her about it. And she's like, leave me alone, guys. Like, why are you guys so mean? I knew I shouldn't have done this type thing. And then, like, so she became more like him. And then finally at the end, he became more like her. And now they're a perfect couple. Dorbs.
Adorbs. I can't believe they got married. I've totally forgot about that.
Oh, that was great,
It
too.
was super cute.
That was awesome. And he's like, yeah, see, we shouldn't do this, right?
Who?
Ellen. What do you mean?
He said we shouldn't get married?
Well, no, because he was like, yeah, don't you want to, like, do, like, a thing? And she's like, no, we're doing it now. And then she called him a female dog.
You've been here the whole time and didn't want to say anything? Why not? All right. Yes, it was the metal that turned Ellen Mistborn. She made a comment saying they think now they know how people became Mistborn before. Yes, I wonder if the Conjurer will come back. I think that the Conjurer will come back, personally.
Oh, him?
He had to go out to get his new assignment, but I think he'll come back. I wonder if Spook will become Mistborn. He had pieces throughout it where he mentioned he didn't feel useful enough. I mean, maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Also, Elend killing that Koloss was nuts. Elend?
Yeah, when he went to the camp to visit his friend and he was leaving.
Yeah.
And then he killed that little one. And he said, he ate my horse.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody looked at him like all the other guys were looking at him. And he's like, he ate my horse. I don't know why he's Southern now. Apparently I can't say horse. He ate my horse.
I've read the third one and the second era and the novellas. I don't want to slip up and spoil something. Oh, okay.
Please
well, I
don't.
appreciate it,
Yes.
Chelsea. I thought she was the hero or something. Vin?
So the secret is that there really, like, is no hero,
Well, the hero
right?
would be the one to take up the magic and save the land, right? I mean, so now there isn't one.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you have to be selfish in order to save the land.
Well, no, so the hero, yeah, okay, got it, understood. Yeah, it's really complicated.
I love it. It's so good. Here's my hypothesis, says Kristen. The hero lets the power out and then destroys it.
No, the hero takes the power and then uses it.
I missed a comment before, I'm sorry. The last I was saying, I'm wondering why she's so powerful. I thought she was the hero.
The reason that she's so powerful. Now I'm wondering why Vin is so powerful. I thought she was the hero of. So we don't know yet, right? Why she's so powerful, but I think it may be that like she's because the Conjurer did say at some point that she was like the old Mistborn or whatever, the old Allomancers.
They were really powerful.
Yeah, but they were way more powerful than the regular ones that we have now. But it's also because of like the bloodline being like split up more and more and more. Also, her mother used to be able to hear voices of her having to kill people.
Yeah,
and that's why she killed the.
Oh, and T just said her mother was kind of crazy. Maybe she heard the same voice.
She did hear voices, so I'm gonna assume that it was that same voice. And the voice told her not to kill Vin, like she was the chosen one.
No, it told her to kill Vin. I thought.
No, she gave her the earring.
Oh,
she gave her the earring. She killed the other kid, and then it was like she chose her.
Yeah.
Instead.
Kristen says we only think the hero takes the power because of what Quan said. Unreliable narrative, guys. No Terraceman knows their true religion or prophecies. I think we're still being fed misinformation. Could be.
I think that you're supposed to take the power. And if you do... I mean...
Well, I thought that was the whole big twist at the end. Was the whole time, you thought you were supposed to release the power instead of being...
Instead of taking it.
Instead of being selfish and taking it for yourself. And so Vin does that, but that's the big twist, is that's not really what was supposed to happen. And then when Sazed saw all of his work and stuff going back... No, didn't he go back to the metal? He went back to it and read it. And found out that that's not what it said, and his memory was correct. That, you weren't supposed to take... You were supposed to take the power and not release it instead. He says at the same time as Kivox, there's something about that earring. Maybe if you take it all for yourself. Well, isn't the earring gone now? She threw it in the well.
Yeah.
Or something. Maybe if you take it all for yourself, it's the point because you're saving everyone, so you're not selfish. True. But I just think that.
I mean, they made it obvious that like the scripture or whatever, the one that we have now is wrong. Like the one that they followed, that they were using, that they were following, that they're not supposed to take the power, that was all wrong. So by, what was his name, Reshek? By him taking the power, he didn't release the beast.
Like, we thought this whole time that he was the bad guy for taking the power
he
from Alendi.
He was like a jerk, though. Like,
yes, but... So, Christy says the Hero of Ages is supposed to take the power and not release it. Yes. Playmaster is saying, your wands are amazing.
Thank you.
Kristen says she got her earring back along with her metal vials. It was at the bottom of the well next to Ellen, and she got it after the evil thing left. Oh, okay. Because I knew the earring fell, but I didn't know she got it back.
When I heard the voice, at least in the audiobook, I legit thought that it was the Emperor guy from, what's his name? Rashek or whatever? Really, Mick?
I'm sorry.
No, not Emperor Palpatine. Jesus.
The Emperor guy.
The one from the last book.
Rashek.
Yes. But what did they call him?
The Lord
Ruler. That's what it was. I thought it.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was him. Like I was like, wait, how is he back? Because it was the same voice. The guy did the same voice for him as he did for what's it called. So I was like, oh man.
T says the power can be a bad one and hurt you, so that's the point of taking it.
So what I think is strange, right, is that like Rashek took the power and he got Allomancer powers.
And he was also
he was already a ferochemist. So
I feel like that's the only reason why he was able to extend his age.
We know that. We know that already. Yeah, but that seems really like weird and interesting because it's like if he was able to like create life, which he was, he created the Khandra and stuff. If he was able to do those things, couldn't he just like, he would literally be God. And I feel like they're like, oh no, yeah, he isn't God. He was just like,
he was like
he just had two abilities that was able to, but like I feel like there's
so
more to it.
So I thought it was cool how the Koloss and the Khandra were like cousins, and like so Vin is able to manipulate their minds, and that's how she was controlling it.
Well, I mean, they were only cousins because they were both made by the Lord
Ruler. They were controlled in the same way.
Yes.
Chrissy says, but also Rashek was not the hero and took the power and twisted it. Yeah, I don't think he was the hero, but he did what the hero needed to do, in a sense, and just kind of like forestalled this all happening.
I may be wrong about this, but I felt like the hero thing was like not a real thing. I think anybody could have gone in there and taken the power. I don't think it really like...
They did...
I don't think that the whole prophecy part of it is really like a real thing. I think that that's all just the creature or whatever is playing on that and making us think that there's a prophecy so that it can get released or something.
It's
I
possible
think that's...
because if you think about it, they even mentioned several times that...
I think it's just a ploy to get somebody to go there and do the thing.
They mentioned several times that like you can play around with the prophecy for who's the hero like in different ways and like read it in different ways.
Interpret
it
because the word originally that it gets translated from meant it basically. It wasn't male or female or.
And they've been reading it as male.
And tall when they said that they were like large or whatever, doesn't mean like tall because the original hero was short.
Lukey's vlogs. Is this an adventure type book like Harry Potter or an anime? It's a fantasy adventure, I would say.
I would say it's more anime than Harry Potter.
I think there's to be more we haven't discovered. The evil would always come back. New people would have to keep taking the power as others die. More opportunities for failure and to let them out. So that was Kristen. I agree. Like, I feel like there's definitely something that the Hero of Ages should be doing to get rid of the power.
Again, I don't think that the Hero of Ages
exists.
I think that it's fake news. And I think that that whatever the being inside the well created that so that it can, like, I think it was locked up a long time ago and then like a bunch of time went by and it slowly started manipulating people and making people think like, hey, there's actually somebody that's supposed to come here and just let me out, please. Like it's basically that. And I think it's just there isn't like a chosen one. I think it just
It created that.
it created. That's in my opinion. I don't know. I may be wrong. I think that would be more interesting than like having the chosen one. I don't like the whole chosen one thing. Every story has the chosen one, and it's always like. So I kind of hope that that's the case. I hope that even though the next one is called the Hero of Ages, I hope that that's just like a play on the history of it, And I just thought of that.
T says, but those aren't really good lives. He's controlling them. Kirsty says, what if Sazed is supposed to take the power or be the one to save everyone? Just a theory.
I don't think, like I said, I'm going to stay true to, I don't think that there's one character or person that's supposed to do anything.
T says, Vin will not be the hero. It's too obvious. Ellen will be. Kristen says, I'm leaning toward Ellen being the hero if it isn't Vin. Chrissy says, could be. I agree, Vin won't be the hero. Kristen says, maybe the mist person locked up the evil. There's some giant backstory.
I also thought maybe the mist people were, mist person was actually like a spirit, like all the spirits of the people that like have died or something, like close to them or something.
Yeah.
But then thinking about it some more, that doesn't really make sense because like, why isn't everybody else coming back? Why is it only like the chosen one? I think that there's more to the Mistborn part of it, like the specific term Mistborn. I think there's more to that. Like the mists are what's giving them the power, obviously. But also maybe the mist is where
we know that the
power
mist can be drawn upon because
where the power comes from.
Vin has taken it, and used it. Okay, so Christy says maybe the group will have to defeat the evil Kivox. The way you read that, I thought Kivox was the evil that they had to defeat.
Evil Kivox.
So T says they can be pissed too. They're kind of stuck in the mist. Kristen says, off topic, damn, clubs and docks died so fast.
It was good.
It was a war. I mean,
Some people had to die,
I remembered that.
This isn't Game of Thrones, okay? Main characters need to die. Just letting you know.
Spoiler.
Why? Well, it's not a spoiler. Everybody's been complaining about this season.
So I do remember some of the secondary characters dying off, but I didn't remember who it was. So yeah, like it still surprised me. I thought Tyndall was gonna live. Like that one kind of threw me off. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and she died like off screen.
Yeah, and they just like they introduced.
When he said I found her body and I was just like, oh my god, Sazed, no.
I know.
You just fell in love again.
I feel like Sazed's just now getting a break in life, and like it got taken away from him. Yeah. So what did I write? Let me see. Oh, I wrote that I was really, like, shocked about the Orisir thing. And then Tensoon really did befriend her, and he was trying to help her.
Tensoon. That's the Kandra.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I wrote, what? I forgot how book this good is, and that was the part where he...
How book this good is?
How book this good is.
That's what you wrote?
No. How good this book is.
Oh, how good
when he wasn't insane. Oh yeah, and I thought it was interesting when she figured out how to manipulate Atium, like how she didn't react and she was using his reaction.
Oh yeah. Okay. How to defeat it without it. Got it. Yeah, that was clever.
T says she didn't even get a death scene. Christy says it broke Sazed. Kristen said I felt horrible for Sazed. Christy says, I know, poor guy. And Chelsea's like, remembering Sazed. Bunch of crying face. Sazed just lost all hope in the end. I know, and he doesn't even like his religions anymore. Like, that's his whole purpose for living. And, like, he even, like, feels like that's taken away from him. He's like, what's the point?
He should have taken the power.
Right? But he didn't even realize.
So, obviously, in the next book, the, what are the guys with the spikes called?
the Inquisitors.
The Inquisitors are going to be a big part of this.
I thought, like, they said there were only, like, 20, right, initially. And I feel like there's way too many. Like, there's still Inquisitors, like, gathering in places. Like, they killed off a lot of them. Why are there still so many?
I think they only killed the ones in that were in the Emperor's palace.
Yeah.
You know, but there was still, like, a homeland that they're from.
So I tagged the part that says, cousins indeed. The Lord Ruler had built the Koloss with a weakness, the same weakness as the Khandra. He had given himself a way to keep them in check, and she suddenly understood how he'd controlled them all those long years.
Comments.
No matter what, Vin is still special in some way. Vin is really clever. The horseshoes thing was good. Oh, yeah. She used the mist in the first book. She goes above and beyond all other Mistborn. There were Inquisitors in the other Dominances. I hope he doesn't do a Game of Thrones kind of fight with the Inquisitor.
What?
I'm guessing, like, Marsh against the others? Or what? I don't get it. Plus, their building we visited in the beginning. Dude, I thought that was cool. Like, getting to see, like, the inside of, like, the Steel Inquisitor's place. And, like, that's where the writing was. Yeah, we definitely see more of the Inquisitors in the next book. So this is the part where you said, I don't know, Marsh said. Marsh...
He did say I wrote,
Marsh doesn't know why he's keeping Sazed away, ?
I said that. You just argued with me about it. You were like, he didn't say
he
that.
Said, why, Marsh? I don't know.
Yeah, Marsh said, I don't know.
Else.
No, he did, but Marsh did say, I don't know. Like, why? Like, he doesn't know why he's doing it.
You were wrong, Sazed. Once I was not a warrior, and that has changed. You spent the last 2 years teaching, but I spent them killing. What else does he say?
I don't know.
I don't know. It would take me too long.
Mick, I'm hyped for the next book.
That's the next part? Alright. I am too. I won't explain my Game of Thrones comment. It's too much spoilers. Okay. Straff Venture. He was a creepy old man who liked young women and almost died thanks to one, but I love that Vin just sliced his ass in half. Yeah. I kind of like, though, that girl was smart and she, like, got him addicted. And this whole time, he wasn't poisoning him and he was just addicted to drugs, basically.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. And I was like, yes, that character's awesome.
See,
Did
like,
that girl die?
Yeah.
She did?
Yeah, I think he killed her.
Oh.
But who cares, you know? She got her revenge. She did the thing. Actually, no, he still lived after that. But as far as she knows, he died. You know, she died thinking that he died. So, you know, pretty peaceful, right?
He strangled her. Details like that is what makes the book extra amazing. I agree.
I think that this book was better than the first one. I'm going to be honest with you. I know you didn't think it was better, but I think it was better.
This is page 755.
I just saw a little note that said, "Oh, snap!"
Yeah. Oh, snap, because it called back something from the very first book, like almost in the beginning. It said, "For he must not be allowed to release the thing that is imprisoned there." They did mention that in this book, in the beginning. And I was like, oh my god. Rashik said, you don't know what I do, keeping the power because releasing it is bad. So, like, remember when it was actually the end of book 1, when he said, you don't understand, like, what I'm doing, and you don't understand, like, what you're about to do by killing me, like, what you're about to release.
Just tell us before I killed you.
And then it says here, for he must not be allowed to release the thing that's imprisoned there. I was like, this is so good. So, yeah, I wrote whatever the metal bead was that Ellen took had given him powers.
I think of, like, when you said, like, a metal thing, I thought of like, you know, like the thing in church, those little
wafers.
The wafers. I thought that made out of metal. So you just put it on your tongue.
Too. Oh, no one wrote anything. All right. What book is this? It is Well of Ascension, book 2 in Mistborn.
So the first one is called The Final Empire, and we highly recommend that one. And then this one, hopefully you didn't get anything spoiled for yourself.
If Rashik had been a better ruler, we would have no issues. True. But is there a way to be a better ruler? I mean, it's kind of like one of those scenarios, right? Where it's like, who's to say unless you're put in that position that he's not doing it right? It's not his problem anymore. I wouldn't tell either. You want to kill me? Just live with the consequences. You have the book, but still haven't read it. You should read it. It's good. But read the first one first. So the mists... Oh, it says like 2 weeks later, the mists are like killing people even more, and they're even making people sick. Sazed is making plans to go to the Steel Inquisitor places. Hero of Ages a fabrication to help aid the power to be freed. That's what I wrote. His rubbings changed. Anything not set in steel cannot be trusted. That's on page 759 that I wrote that, so they must have said it. It's too good of a book to get spoiled. Oh, they're telling him to leave. You won't forget.
I won't be. I'll never be a memory.
I will never be a memory. I wrote, oh my god, for some reason.
Oh my god, right there.
And whatever this power is, it can change words within a ferochemist's metal mind.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the others call me mad. As I have said, they may be true, but not even a madman relies on his own words. Oh, on his own mind, his own experience, rather than that. I'm reading this wrong. I can't read out loud. Sorry.
I just can't read.
Some people can go into the mist and have no issues. I wonder what that's about. Yeah, I don't know if it's random. I mean, the mist was killing people before the well got released, but not as much. So I don't know.
So we need to read the next one. When are we reading the next one, Meek?
Well, now.
Now?
The live stream is June 30th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next book is Seven Blades in Black, and that live stream is June 9th at 2 p.m. Oh yeah, the Red Sun. Do I think this is gonna fix it? I don't know. Because it didn't fix the mists. And I kind of feel for some reason that the ash, the sun, and the mists are all like connected. And like you can't, if the
and
mists
the plants,
are still...
the plants aren't the same color either.
And like, well, that's because there's no sun and stuff. Like, the sun is red. It's not like a real sun. Something's wrong with it.
I mean, it's not a real sun. It's just a red sun. They have red suns. I mean, not our sun.
I feel like they're all connected, and if like one is still bad, like they're all gonna still be bad. I think in the next book they're gonna have a lot of details revealed that loop everything together. I'm glad, and I agree, and I'm glad that's why I decided to reread book 1 and 2 before going into book 3, because I really wanted to remember all of those like intricate details that I'll probably still forget because we just read 1,400 pages, but yeah. Hello, Treasure Hunter and Joel. You might not want to be here if you haven't read this book because you will get it spoiled.
Just hit that like button before you leave.
And also the land not being green. Well, like I said, I think that has to do with the ashes and the sun. They've made mention that, like, the ashes don't allow sun to penetrate, and, like, the sun isn't the same anymore. It can't, like, make land
Yeah, but
green.
I think that that's, like, partially to keep the mist. It could be that, like, the mist is doing something, and...
Go to your page count.
Why?
Because they're asking how big this book is. It's about the same as this one, I think.
Which one? The third one?
724.
724. This
At least
one,
the UK edition.
This one was 763.
So it's actually a little smaller. Have a good day. Bye. Goodbye, Rhino. And goodbye, everyone. Oh, I thought other people were leaving. 724 at my copy. Can I just say thank you for introducing me to Brandon Sanderson? That's Kristen.
You're welcome.
We should say thank you to Jeff.
Yes.
Your friend.
My friend Jeff.
His friend gave us the recommendation to start reading it. You still need to get book 3, T. You have a while. And knowing you like power read through these two. She read them both in like 2 weeks. I could be fabricating.
I read half of this yesterday.
I can't like work like that or live like that or read like that, I should say, because like...
You can't do anything apparently like that.
Talk like that. Because I won't intake the finer details. Like, I need time to, like, soak it in. T says, I'm glad I don't own the third book yet because I wouldn't read Seven Blades. Seven Blades is pretty good, though. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm so yawny right now.
We have like 10 videos to film.
We do have a lot to do. We already did a couple things today, so next couple weeks are exciting because we're going to have some good content coming out.
Kristen says, I'm kind of sad to read Seven Blades because I want my next epic fantasy to be Hero of Ages. I mean, you can start Hero of Ages now because, I mean, that is our next pick. You have until the 30th. Chrissy says, I've read the last 500 pages in the last 24 hours. I don't think I've ever read that many pages in 24 hours. T says, I'm sure it is, but I want to know what will happen in book 3. I'm really enjoying Seven Blades too. That's awesome, Chelsea.
I think this is it. This is the end of it. We need to record a lot. I'm tired. Thank you guys for joining us for the book club. Thank you for being Smurfs. And there's no pick. We're not letting you guys pick this month because we're going to read the book that we want to read. So if you guys want to do that, obviously most of the people that are here are reading it anyway.
On the June 9th stream, we'll be picking a book.
Yes. June 9th is the next club. And it's going to be for Seven Blades Surrounded by Black. Wait,
Kristen
is it
says
in black?
In black. I'm wondering what the second trilogy in this world is about. Yeah, I mean, I know it's like at least a couple hundred years later. Your hair's nice, Kivox, says T.
Thanks, T. Your hair is pretty cool, too.
She just cut it.
Oh,
looks good.
I didn't know. I didn't see.
All right, guys. I have no voice anymore. I don't know how this is going to happen.
We got, 5 more videos to record
They're just
today?
unboxings. I literally have... How many do we have?
7.
7 boxes
I have a list.
to unbox. It's ridiculous.
Let me see.
Bye, Meek. I feel like someone's watching me.
7.
Now you know what it feels like.
We got 7.
Yeah. We have a lot.
A lot. We got a lot.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining. I feel like this was a productive stream. We talked a lot about a lot of stuff.
Because it was an excellent book. And we only talked about one book for 40 minutes, basically. It was great.
7 Blades in Black.
7 box in black.
Oh, we have 7 boxes to
That's good.
I get it now. I didn't get it at first.
Unless she did that by accident and you're just making something out of it. All right, guys. Say bye, Meek.
Bye, Meek.
Should I say bye, too?
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, 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 guys. Look at 11. She's staring at me.
She said it wasn't an accident. Oh, what's wrong, puppy?
She just winked at you.
Why do dogs blink like that? They wink.
Because they're trying to keep an eye on you at all times. And they only close one.
What you doing?
They never lose track of you.
Are you still on?
I am.
Why? Turn it off.